Okay, last video for chapter 3. We have exercise 3E, which again I'll say is usually the challenging part. Maybe you'll start to see how there's some challenge in these translating from English into Latin, back into Latin. This is where the most mistakes are made. I'll say it once again. So I've written out these sentences in English because I want to sort of help you try to visualize how to do this. First of all, let's remember that English has these articles like the and there are no articles here, but we basically eliminate those in Latin. They don't exist. So you can really almost just put these in parentheses in a way to remind yourself that they don't exist in Latin. So put like this, and we'll get rid of here. And that'll be enough for now. So some words are easier than other words because we don't have to think about singular and plural. The word today is an adverb, and one of the cool things about adverbs is that they don't really change their forms the way that nouns or verbs or adjectives do. And not as much anyway. I mean, they do sooner or later, but nothing you'll have to worry about this year anyway. So that is like today is always going to be hodie. Separate this by a line. Today, the boy is laughing because he is happy. Now, you also have not seen a word for he yet, but well, I'll get to that. We'll hold off on that for a second. Today, the boy. The boy doesn't. There's no the, but we'll say today, boy. Puer means a boy or the boy, and then we have is laughing. So once again, we're going to say we don't need est here. Again, the temptation is to say est ridet. But we do not need est because it's not used as a helping verb. Ridet stands by itself. Today, the boy is laughing. The word for because is quod. And we don't need he. We just need he is, which is est. Est means he or she is, or he or she or it is. So here est does have the he sort of included in it, you could say. So we won't worry about the word for he because it's right there in the est. And the word for happy is lightos. Now it's not lighta because boy is a masculine word. So maybe you've started to see that masculine words end with this ending here, us. If it were a puella for instead of puer, then we would change the ending to this to reflect the fact that the girl is feminine. But boy is masculine, so we'll leave it lightos. Quod lightos est. Again, we could put that verb at the end. That would be probably better word order in Latin there. Hodie puer ridet quod lightos est. Quod est lightos is not wrong. It's just better a word order for Latin to have the verb at the end. Number 2, tired girls are sitting. So again, this is all done with one word, just like is laughing was done with this one word here. And then under tree, we don't worry about here. So let's start with tired girls. We'll start with the noun, puellae de thesai, the tired girls. Note the plural endings. Not puella de fessa, but puellae de thesai. They are sitting is a plural verb because of that plural subject. So we have this ending for sedent, sitting, or they are sitting, or they sit. And then the expression under a tree is, or under the tree is sub arbore. Now again, if we wanted to be better about this, we could move this to the end. Puellae defessae sub arbore sedent. The tired girls sit under the tree, or the tired girls are sitting under a tree, the tree. So that's a good answer for number 2 there. And then number 3, in Italy, many slaves work in country houses. In Italy is fairly easy. You've seen it before. In Italia. Spelling A. Many slaves. Now, where's the word for many? There it is. You see it right here in this right there. Also here, it appeared in the story. Multi. Since multi means many, many is always plural. So it's either going to be, if it's masculine, it'll look like this, and if it's modifying a feminine or describing a feminine thing, like say puellae, then it will look like that. But here we have many slaves. Slaves is a masculine word. Now, multi breaks the mold for the whole noun before adjective rule. For some reason, Romans like multi in front of the noun that it modifies. It's, as opposed to servi multi, they say multi servi. So one of the many exceptions to the rules that you'll run across in Latin right there. In Italia, multi servi, many slaves work. And this word is laborant, plural ending because of plural slaves. And now this one you probably will have seen. Here we go. In villis rusticis. So we had villa rustica, now we have villis rusticis. So again, you're starting to see, I think, the great variation of endings in Latin. And this is without a doubt the most aggravating thing about Latin, but once mastered, it is a real achievement, I'll say. In Italia, multi servi laborant in villis rusticis. Now, once again, I can move this to the end to reflect better word order. In Italia, multi servi in villis rusticis laborant. And there it is. Those are three sentences out of the 5 that you're asked to do, at least if you're in virtual high school. I'll let you do 4 and 5. What I would just say, keep in mind singulars versus plurals, and also keep in mind things like feminines versus masculines, which you're starting to see now. Good luck. Take care.